Getting into medical school in the United States is one of the hardest things a person can achieve. You need to have a flawless academic record. And for people like me, who was full of crap in my college career, well, I started off real slow. So as I got better, it was too late because my grades were not good enough to get into American medical school. So I pursued other options, and I wanted to be a family doctor. And when you want to pursue other options, you can go to medical school in certain places, most notably the Caribbean or to Europe. And so I chose to go to Europe. And that landed me all the way to the country of Poland. And of course, I never knew very much about Poland before going to medical school there. And so when I got there, I found it to be quite okay for a couple of bad experiences, which I'll talk about in a few. But this has also been the case for this Nigerian American young man who lives in Europe, but born in America, but also going to medical school in Poland. And boy, is he upset about the racism that has been occurring to him since he's been there. Let's play some clips of him and some other medical students in Poland that are black, and they're gonna complain about the racism that they've been experiencing in the country.
We're black in Poland. Of course we have a vitamin D deficiency.
We're black in Poland. Of course they're gonna take pictures of us in the bus.
We're black in Poland. Of course people are gonna mistake us for being black celebrities.
We're black in Poland. Of course we're gonna get chased at night on the regular.
We're black in Poland. Of course we add more salt and pepper at restaurants.
We're black in Poland. Of course everyone's gonna talk about Muj and Bambo when they want to talk to us.
We're black in Poland. Of course the kids are gonna point at us and be like, "Co to jest?"
We're black in Poland. Of course everyone, even strangers, are going to try to touch our hair.
We're black in Poland. Of course the security guy is gonna follow us everywhere.
We're black in Poland. Of course we're gonna have hypothermia for 6 months out of a whole year.
Black in Poland. Of course we can't leave our houses on Independence Day.
We're black in Poland. Of course everyone thinks we can't speak the language. Ale ja mogę, jasne.
We're black in Poland. Of course I'm gonna get asked if this is my real hair.
We're black in Poland. Of course people stare.
We're black in Poland. Of course we walk around with pepper spray.
We're black in Poland. Of course the picture for our residency got denied because we had an Afro.
We're black in Poland. Of course nobody's gonna believe our experiences.
We're black in Poland. Of course we know every other black person in Poland.
We're black in Poland. Of course a drunk man has tried to kiss my hand.
We're black in Poland. Of course we get called slurs at the Christmas market.
We're black in Poland. Of course we can't find no makeup shades in stores.
We're black in Poland. Of course everyone thinks we're refugees.
We're black in Poland. Of course nobody wants us here.
We're black in Poland. Of course it's impossible to find hair products here.
We're black in Poland. Of course they check under my headscarf for a bomb.
I'm black in Poland. Of course I get DMs asking me, how big is it?
And the backlash from this is pretty interesting, but it's not going to be from who you think. Let's go over to the computer and check it out. You would think that the Polish community or Polish Europeans would be very upset with this particular depiction of Poland. But that's not who attacked him on Twitter. It was actually black people. Check out this particular post by TS Negro Genesis Evangeline. He says, or she says, "This sounds like a cold and anti-black hell, even worse than being in Canada." That's interesting because those people are telling them, hey man, you know, if you're complaining about this, you need to leave. But here was his response to those commenters. He goes, as the guy in the vid and looking at the replies, number one, blaming me for being a victim of racism is weird as F. 2, I'm obviously here to better my life and get an education. 3, as an Americans, I know y'all not talking about black safety right now. 4, I got time today. This is very interesting because number one, this young man posted the video. And of course, people are going to say, hey bro, you're gonna have these problems, you should leave. And instead he goes back and forth with the people that, you know, are trying to help him. So he also says this, I have lived in Europe my whole life. I was raised in Vienna and Rome. However, I have an American passport because I was born there. This other quote says, I grew up in Vienna and Rome, going to private international schools. Respectfully, I'm staying in Europe, where I can go back to Italy every other week and to Nigeria every summer too. Okay, so that definitely means he is a Nigerian American. Then he also says this: the way some of y'all are saying the exact same thing that racist small town Europeans are saying needs to be studied. And then he posts this picture of Dr. Umar Johnson. So we saw the comments and we saw how everything was going. But let's get to the racism part again. Because me, as a black man living in Poland, I even talked about the situation myself. There was one day when somebody called me the N-word, and this is exactly what happened.
I can remember last year being at Tesco, me and my roommate at the time, who was a black African from a French colony, Ivory Coast, we would deal with people driving by and saying, I mean, just for no reason. Again, not bothering people. You know, we're paying our money to shop at the stores that this country has. We are not stealing from people. And I can understand if you wanted to say a racist, word, if you called us doing something like harassing women in the country, harassing children in the country. You catch me stealing out of a store. I can see you saying something bad like that. I mean, even then, it's questionable, but I can at least give you the benefit of the doubt. But see, many times when you experience racist from, I would say, the poorer of the Polish people, they will try to you with even when you're doing nothing to them. Usually, all the time, 99% of the time, you're going to get racism or people with you if you're just walking down the street, which is the case today. I'm walking down the street, coming out of my apartment. You guys see my apartment if you watch my vlog. I'm walking towards Tarasi Zamkovi Mall, not bothering people. Because I don't bother folks. No problem. I don't bother folks. And the guy comes off the bus and he says, "Go back to your country." And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what do you mean? Go back to my country? Go back to your country. So I says, hey, make me go back. Goes and says, as if that's gonna make me hella pissed off. So I said, well, come over here and make me go back. You don't want me here in Poland. The best thing to do, if you don't want me here, is to make me go back. I mean, if you come over here right now, or you buy me a ticket to go back and pay off, then send me back.
Now, see, me being an African American, that made me furious. I actually wanted to fight the guy, but he went away. That could have ended up bad for me getting deported. But hey, I didn't want to be disrespected for doing nothing. This guy, however, is mad at the people for telling him that he should leave, and he's bashing the people that's trying to help them. And I'm going to tell you why that is. He says, number one, let's put up the tweet. So I've been living in Europe all of my life, in Spain and whatever. I grew up here. So I'm not leaving Europe. Well, then why are you complaining? And when I look at the brother's pictures on Instagram, we'll pull it up. It leaves some other questions there, if you know what I mean. So, but it seems like he enjoys his self there. But I think that's the difference between African Americans living in Poland and maybe somebody from Africa. He's an American, but he's growing up as a Nigerian. And the thing is, for us, and I'm not saying it's true of all Africans, but when we see racism, the reason why we're saying get out of there, because hey, we feel like somebody gonna do something to you. That was what my mom was telling me when I was going through my experience. So she was like, look, are you safe? You need to come home? I was like, no, but I wasn't mad at her for telling me to come home. I had a job to do in Poland, right? I wanted to be a medical doctor, and I would if I wasn't doing this business, if I didn't have the love and passion that I have for this industry. But I was there to complete a task. And I understood why somebody would tell me, get out of there. Do you know how many cases that I heard of Zimbabwean students being beaten up or Nigerian students being beaten up. In fact, the reason why I'm even on the Pan-African tip today, because I was very anti, collaboration with Africans, or very anti working with Africans before I went to Europe. It was when I realized that, damn, they all look at us the same way. I got characterized the same way. It wasn't that I hated anybody from Africa. It's just that, look, man, I was like very pro-African American and very much still very pro-African American. I just saw them as not being the same as me. And, whenever we would talk, we would have issues. So I would talk with them like that. But when I got to Poland and I was dealing with the African community in Poland, it made me see how similar we were. And it made me want to come to Africa. And I got to shout out one of my best buddies in the world for helping me see that. That was Niyi Adarabigbe out of Lagos, Nigeria. Let me put a picture of him right there. One of my best friends in the world. One of the most trustworthy guys I've ever met. One of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. This is the guy that really helped me understand about bridging the gap between the diaspora and Africa. Want to know why? Because when he left Nigeria, he became a part of diaspora. So we were both in the diaspora in Poland. Now, also what I want to say is this. If you are tired of the racism and you're making these TikTok jokes, but you hanging out in photos with guys like this, you're hanging out with the same people, not to say that they're racist, because they're not. Again, I met a lot of great people in Poland, a lot of great instructors that wrote me a letter of recommendations that were just very down to earth people. But brother, don't you be upset with the black people in America that's trying to help you, tell you to leave. Now you want to get mad at them. Why in the did you post that video in the first place? Like, now you're talking about sad music. Oh, I got time today. I got time. Like, what? Come on, bruh. Like, this is the problem. As black people, you put something out there and it was you and another sister. One of them is like, I don't know if she's Somalian. It's a lot of Somalian ladies that go to medical school, either living in Sweden, London, or Norway. So the brothers and sisters is trying to really help you out, bro. Get the fuck out of there. That's what they're saying. And you're mad at them when really you need to be mad at the people you're trying to stay close to. And I see so many blacks are like that. They want to be like, well, I'm not leaving Europe because I love it here. But if they don't really love your ass, what does it matter? Don't put take the videos down. You're just getting attention and clout chasing. And this is the reason that so many brothers and sisters are lost and don't get no respect. Do you know how many people that I came across in Poland and like they would be talking bad about their country? I'm gonna give an example. There's one dude who really told me not to go to Nigeria. I went anyway, had a great time. I had a beautiful time in Nigeria in September when I went, 2022. It was excellent. He would always have something to say about Africans or the black world. Everybody, Ghanaians, Nigerians, anybody in Africa. He really didn't talk too much about black British, but he really dealt with the whole ECOWAS thing a lot. He was married to a white woman from Poland. And what happened was he used to get a lot of racist attacks. Like, he came to Poland in the 80s when it was still communist. And back then, Polish guys they're not scary. You know what I mean? They're not like really no punks and like that. So they don't have no problem bumping into you right there, like shoulder bump. You know what I mean? And they'll fight you. They'll fight back. They can fight. So he was having a fight on the bus. And at the time, you shout out to Poland, they'll let you get yours in. I remember Anita told me a story that it was some Polish guy that, was wanting to fight. So the guards will go back around the club. And then he whooped his ass, and that was it. And all right, that's enough. You guys go your own separate way. And that's really how cool Poland's real old school like that. Like, ain't no guns and all that. Go ahead and get yours off. So, and he was facing those things, getting spit on the bus. But when it came to talking about the white people, he loved them a lot. He still loves them. He'll even walk past you now and he won't even say anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, he's a clown. You can invite the guy into your house and all that stuff. And if he come by, he'll come by when your wife is there. He'll do shit like that and try to hit on your wife. But then when he see you, You know, he'll be talking about behind your back. It's so many blacks like that I met in Poland. They just real sometimey, real slimy and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you'll come after your own group for trying to give you some advice to protect yourself. And then the people that are actually causing you the problems, you get mad. And again, I know this is true. I lived in Poland. People drive by, call you silly names. People say weird things. People want to know if the black off your skin is going to rub, it won't touch your hair. Just weird stuff. Drunk people too. It's a lot of people that do that drunk shit in Poland, you know, but most people are cool, but you have weirdos. And instead of him calling that out, he wants to call out the people that are trying to help him. Bruh, just say you like white zaddy and that's it. You know, you really like white people and you know, you want to absolve them, but don't come after the brothers and sisters for trying to help you when you are the one that put the goddamn video up. Again, I don't know about this brother, man, but hey guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode here on Kinganda. I really appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.